Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children.
The last 10 years of Hollywood, with the few exceptions of course, can be summarized as the complete degradement of the movie industry due to prioritizing driving profits over quality and dedication, which is not a good long-term strategy simply because when you knowingly produce pale, advertisement-oriented cinema that is just not entertaining and preventively announce that whoever doesn't like it is racist and homophobe, guess what? We're just not going to buy it, literally and figuratively speaking. And if you, like myself, are tired of such treatment, you don't appreciate being lectured or insulted when you try to watch the movie, you just would like to enjoy the art of cinema delivered through the meaningful story, spotless acting and powerful, engaging characters. Introducing Jim, a well-hearted but fearless and unbendable American pilot in the midst of the Second World War.
What's your name, honey? Wie heißt du?
Lottie. Und du?
Jim. Ich bin Jim.
Jim. Komischer Name. Nicht wahr?
And your name? Dein Name?
Marco.
Marco and Lottie, children that lost their families in the air raids. In the film, The Valley of Peace. I'm going to share a few words about the picture, so there will be spoilers. If you would like to find out what happened by yourself, it premieres in the United States on February 7th on darkroom.film. Here we go. The film opens in a small town in Yugoslavia during World War II, where a bunch of kids are playing in the ruins of the city. They're all of very young age, yet already have some relevant understanding of the grotesque reality of the war. Allow me to remind you that Yugoslavia was invaded in 1941 by so-called Axis power, which consisted of Nazi at that moment Germany, supported by Italy and Hungary. So for the most duration of the conflict, it remained an enemy territory. One of the key roles in liberating the country and confronting the enemies was executed by a strong resistance movement known as Yugoslav partisans. So the kids' day gets abruptly disrupted by a devastating bombing raid. After dust settles, we get to take a closer look at protagonists Marco and Lottie, who met at the hospital, where we learn that both of them lost their parents. The children, now orphaned, find themselves alone and frightened amidst the chaos. Little Lottie tries to cheer them up by telling a story about the place where there is no war and bombs don't fall from the sky. It is called the Valley of Peace. The blurry description of the place that she provided reminds Marco of the farm within the hills where lives his uncle. The boy and the girl, driven by their pure, innocent faith in such a place in the vicinity, run away from the hospital and go on the dangerous quest to find it. While there is another air raid alarm and everyone is searching for shelter, our heroes escape the city. As their journey begins, they navigate through forests, fields, and war-torn landscapes, facing hunger, fear, and constant threat of enemy soldiers. Even being very young, they act like a well-organized and efficient team. Mark, who is slightly older than Letty, shows the supportive and defensive attitude of a gentleman, and up to his abilities, take care of the girl. Finally, when the kids reach the field on the other side of which they believe located the fabled Valley of Peace, they get spotted by German soldiers. They need to run for their lives, and the only way to safety lays across the river. As they try to get on the other side, the current gets too strong and the water gets too deep. It scares little Letty and she can't go any further, while Marco is too small to carry her but can't leave without. At the same time, another chilling development takes place right above their heads. An American fighter jet gets shot out of the sky. Both pilots ejected before the plane crashed, but they had to parachute down in the rain of German bullets. When Jim touches the ground, a group of Nazis is already on the way to capture him. As the pilot tries to escape, he spots Marco and Letty. Even though being chased by enemies, brave Jim unhesitantly rushes to save children from the river and they safely reach the other side. The man, portrayed by legendary John Kitzmiller, takes on the role of their protector and guide, helping them navigate the perilous terrain. John Kitzmiller's career and life path, by the way, are definitely worth a highlight. Born on December 4th, 1913, in Battle Creek, Michigan, Kitzmiller's upbringing was marked by the struggles of the Great Depression and the racial attitudes of the period, which didn't stop him from growing and succeeding as an extraordinary bright character and spectacular actor. He initially pursued a career in chemical engineering, earning a bachelor's degree from the University of Michigan. However, his life took a dramatic turn when he was commissioned as a captain in the US Army during World War II. Stationed in Italy with the 92nd Infantry Division, also known as the Buffalo Soldiers, Kitzmiller served with distinction, earning a Silver Star for his gallantry in action. His acting career began serendipitously in 1946, when he was discovered by Italian filmmakers Luigi Zampa and Carlo Ponti while playing poker. Before the end of the war, both of his parents died. During the 1940s and 50s, Hollywood was still rife with racial segregation, limiting opportunities for black actors. All these developments inevitably led to the young man's decision to stay in Italy and pursue a blue screen dream in Europe. His first role was in the 1947 film To Live in Peace, marking the beginning of a prolific career in Italian cinema. One of his most notable roles was in Federico Fellini's Without Pity, as Jerry Jackson, an American soldier in Italy who enters a quarrel with gangsters to save his loved woman. In 1957, Kitzmiller made history by becoming the first black actor to win the Cannes Film Festival Award for Best Actor in the Yugoslavian film Valley of Peace. A few years later, he enriched his legacy by appearing in the 1962 James Bond movie Dr. No. John Kitzmiller's illustrious career spanned over 50 European and American films, and he remained a beloved figure in Italian cinema until his death in Rome in 1965. But back to Lottie, Marco, and Jim.
Soldaten. Jim. You understand?
Portrayed as a strong father figure for the kids that lost their parents during the bomb raids, Jim learns the story of the Valley of Peace and is constantly engaged in a play about the imaginary place that gives hope to his young companions, while in reality he is a soldier in the middle of the enemy territory who understands that the only way for 3 of them to survive is to find the Allied partisan forces before the Nazis find him and the kids. Throughout their journey, the trio faces numerous challenges. They must evade enemy patrols, find food and water, and deal with the harsh realities of the war. The bond between Jim, Marco, and Lottie grows stronger as they learn to trust and rely on each other. Jim's bravery and resourcefulness become crucial to their survival. And while the mythical Valley of Peace remains elusive, their friendship, hope for peace, and dedication remains unshakable and carries them through their dangerous adventure. So if you want to find out what happened to Jim, Marco, and Lottie, the movie Valley of Peace is available to watch on darkroom.film starting February 7th. Good luck, have fun, and I'll see you next time.